Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Welcome to a brand new week of This Week in Crowder College right here on 91.7 FM. Adam Winkler here with you, joined this week by Wade Williams. He is the Assistant Director of Institutional Advancement out there at Crowder College. And Wade, thanks for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, first off, let everyone know, what is the institutional advancement out there at Crowder College, and what does your job entail?
Okay, so I work with the Crowder Foundation, and the foundation has been in existence nearly as long as the college itself, so for almost 60 years now. But we act as a fundraising arm for the institution. So we look for ways to connect donors, whether it be private individuals or businesses, and their resources to Crowder and its students. So we're just exist to basically cultivate that donor and community gifts and provide, whether it's scholarships or enhancing the college experience or just things that will benefit the college itself.
Well, why don't we dive into more of that about the Crowder Foundation? What are some of the things that you guys do to help to raise funds to support students? What are some of the different things the foundation does?
We have several events throughout the year. We have I like to call them our staple donors, those individuals who have been here and donating for several years now. But we have events to also try and draw in new individuals into being interested in donating to the college. One of the biggest event probably that we are known for is our Festival of Wreaths, and it takes place in November. And it started out, as a very small event, to be the 21st annual event. But it started out, with 30 to 40 maybe wreaths or holiday swags. And now it's turned into this huge event where we have, 400 to 500 items, silent auction items that are available. And it's not just holiday decor. I mean, there are a lot of items that are centered around the holiday, but it's a great place for people to come, support the college and our students. And then we're also able to, they can maybe get some of their holiday shopping out of the way and do it here for some good deals. So.
Well, we always know the Festival of Wreaths is a big deal out there at Crowder College. And of course, a couple of years ago with everything that was going on, the online portion came available as well. And so if people who maybe don't live here in the area or can't make it out that night, there's always a way that you can bid for items online as well. And that's just one of the ways the foundation, I guess you could say, has expanded to just allow more people to participate in some of these events.
Yes, and it's each year the guest experience. We're always looking for things that we can change. If after you've had an event for 20 years, you've got to be able to make things different. And so that was one of the things that they did a few years back. They made it easier on guests whether they're here or not. A lot of times, man, I wish I could be there, but I'm gonna I've got this other event or I'm gonna be out of town and I can't make it. Well, the online auction made it a great opportunity for those people. So that's just one of those things. And last year we were able to raise over $92,000.
Wow.
And that $92,000 goes directly to 100% of that is student scholarship. Mm-hmm. So, we last year, I believe it was a little over $315,000 for the 2022-23 school year that we were able to award in scholarships. And so a big chunk of that was able to come through, the Festival of Wreaths event.
Well, there's a lot of work that goes into that, but a lot of work into other things that you do as well. So tell us some of the other things that the foundation does as well besides that Festival of Wreaths.
Yeah, so we have another event we have in the springtime that people within the community always look forward to it's Suspects and Sleuths. And so this is it's a 2-night event. It's a murder mystery dinner theater here in town. Scott and Chris Wade with CEI, they have the Hidden Grace venue, and they're so kind to us, and they allow us to use their facility for our events. But It's put on by our theater department. They are our actors, and they do a phenomenal job. And then we serve a great meal to go with it. There's a lot of audience participation, and just every year is a different theme. Last year we had a luau theme. It was Murder at a Luau, and it was a lot of fun. And this year, for those who are interested, we are going to have it is like a Wild West theme, so everyone can start getting their costumes ready.
Well, I know it's always a lot of fun when you would talk to people who've been to the Suspects and Sleuths in the springtime, and people just always enjoy going out there and spending time with their friends and enjoying a great show as well. We're talking with Wade Williams. He is the Assistant Director of Institutional Advancement out there at Crowder College, and you mentioned over $300,000 going back to help students, and that's what this is all about. You guys are really committed to making students the financial burden of going to college as easy as possible.
And, one of the great things about, like, in my job, what I do now is I'm also working on with our alumni. And here recently I've been connecting with a lot of our younger alumni, so our 35 and under, and they have talked about, every one of them, when they talked about their experience, talked about how they couldn't have imagined going anywhere else, just the experience they had. But really the big thing was how affordable it is. And even though Crowder is one of the most affordable options, not just here in Southwest Missouri, but in the entire region, life can be difficult. You never know. Everyone's family circumstances are different and what kind of financial support. So every dollar that we can raise for our students, it truly changes lives. So
if people are interested in finding out more about the foundation or just donating to the foundation's cause, what are some ways they can get in contact with you?
Oh, absolutely. They could call our office. Our office number is 417-455-5646. They could call and speak to us, or they could also send us an email at foundation@crowder.edu. Also, if they go to Crowder's website, crowder.edu, on that top banner, they'll find it says Foundation, and they can click on there. And then there's ways to donate online if they'd like, whether it's a one-time or if they'd like to set it up for a monthly gift. That's an option as well. And then if they say they have a specific cause that they would like it to go towards, they're able to kind of designate that as well through the website.
Well, when you say a specific cause, what are some of those areas that you see people give to?
Whether it's a specific, sometimes we have alumni that have gone through a program. So, for instance, our ag department is highly supported by our ag alumni, nursing department as well. We recently received a gift this past year. So we were so blessed in the 22-23 year. We received over $1.8 million in donations.
Wow.
One of those was a $250,000 gift, and that is designated for our nursing, not necessarily just nursing, but for our CNA and our LPN program. Because there are several scholarships out for nursing students, but maybe not the pre-nursing students. And so this donor recognized the care that she had received from the CNAs and the LPNs during her time at the hospital, and so she wanted to make funds available for those. So that's just an example of how someone could designate specific funds for a scholarship.
Well, a lot of great things are happening out there at Crowder College, and Wade, you're right in the middle of them, so we appreciate your time on This Week in Crowder College.
All right. Thank you, Adam. Have a good day.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.